Here is the AI-generated story, Mirrorsong Chase in the Echo Galleria, a tale of fractured time and fragile peace. Xander Vaughn woke, and moonlight burned scars into the glass of his apartment, the edges blurring with violet and warping into patterns he recognized from nowhere. He blinked twice, his telephone old and rotary, a relic shrilled a desperate ring. The voice on the other end was unmistakable, Dahlia, Bliss, sounding distant and thin, as if speaking from behind 1,000 waterfalls. They've taken Vespera Hall, portal in the Echo Galleria. 5 hours before the gateway resets. I know you aren't ready, but you have to try. A riot of dread hammered through Xander's veins. Vespera enigmatic, bold, the only soul besides Dahlia who could navigate the splintered allegiances dividing their world. Without her, the fragile truce among the Meridian Courts would rupture. He pocketed the silver watch Vespera had once entrusted. To him always trust the hour, not the minute, she'd whispered and sprinted into the bruised purple night. The Echo Galleria waited, a hovering cathedral of mirrors and archways colliding at haphazard angles, breathing with eldritch life. Beneath its kaleidoscopic dome, time curled over itself, refusing to mean just one thing. He found the portal, a rippling pane hammered with cryptic glyphs, pulsing, with an almost musical rhythm. Another figure tall, with a quiver of arrows strapped across her back stepped from the shadows. Dahlia, eyes stormy and determined, clocks ticking, she muttered, tossing him a prism key. You lead, I'll cover the rear. They plunged through the mirror, the world unspooled and shattered to floating islands, drifting in cold blue fog. Cityscapes flickered between ancient temples and neon-lit bazaars. Time pulsed erratically, minutes looping back, seconds skipping forward. Vespera's captors, the Obsidian Walkers, could be anywhere. As they climbed shifting staircases that unraveled beneath their boots, Xander wrestled with a realization. The portal didn't just refract time, but intent his doubts and fears sharpened and spat back as obstacles. Dahlia fended off a swarm of mirrored foxes with arrows tipped in forgotten names. They navigated markets where vendors sold war memories bottled and glowing, hunting for word of Vespera. At the crystalline midspan, a sharp-faced sentry Kiana Rosemond, infamous for striking bargains, with both court and bandit bar their way. Only one may proceed, she crooned, voice like shattered glass. A payment, a secret that could end this war. Xander's pulse slammed in his throat as he bared the one thing he'd never voiced. If Vespera falls, I don't want the factions united. I want to run. I want peace to mean hiding, not fighting. The bridge snapped the secret into lightning and let him pass. In the next dimension, a wasteland painted with auroras and screaming wine, they found Vespera, chained by the walkers, her features serene. Dahlia knocked an arrow. Xander brandished the pocket watch, which pulsed with golden light. The walkers hissed, dissolving into balletic shadows. Vespera's chain snapped. You have minutes. Something here must unite them, Vespera warned, her voice oddly doubled, echoing with time's strange humor. Xander's heart thundered. He thrust the prism key into the watch. The hands spun, splitting the world into a riddle. Could the warring factions be forced to meet here, now in this flux, beyond their wounds and grievances? Mirrors swung open. The leaders of the Meridian Courts tumbled out, Juniper Kendall's storm-grey eyes, Ezra Denson's solar warmth, Mara Byers' unbroken scowl. The walkers reformed, swirling in shifting shapes. Xander raised his voice. Every minute we hide our wounds, time fractures more. Meet, here risk everything. Speak, not strike. Dahlia's arrows drove stakes of uneasy trust. Vespera, in a voice braided with memory and hope, called the courts to linger, to see their enemies in strange light. The walkers bowed to history's potential, vanishing into daylight. As the portal groaned its warning, the echoing 5-hour mark, Xander, Dahlia, and Vespera tumbled back to their world, leaders trailing behind, wariness and interest vying in their eyes. Time stitched unevenly, but did not break an imperfect piece, shimmering and intangible, bound by the smallest willingness to risk being seen. Outside the Galleria, the city rushed on, the pocket watch ticked steady, for the first time in years a heartbeat in Xander's palm. Vespera slipped her hand into his, smile slow and wry. "You realize, you didn't save only me." In the mirrored glass above them, 1,000 possible futures shimmered impossible, but perhaps, now, not unattainable. That brings us to the end of Mirrorsong Chase in the Echo Galleria. Be sure to subscribe for more high fantasy adventures.